Okay, so welcome your faces back to a brand new Ark video. Now today we're going to be talking all things updates to do with ASA right now. There was an emergency update that went live from Studio Wildcard. They're not currently back in office because obviously it's a Sunday. They're back tomorrow because there's many game issues that I need to talk with you guys at the moment, which hopefully is going to be fixed. You guys have reported it to me. I see it as well because I'm in the LoadedCrysis cluster and we have to deal with these issues on a daily basis. So this video is kind of going to be for everyone who's playing the game right now. Lost Colony, Asterisk, lots of stuff to talk about. So if you do enjoy today's video, if you wouldn't mind dropping a like and subscribing if you're new around here, it would really mean the world to me. We're going to get straight into the new emergency patch that went live, and then we're going to talk about some upcoming updates and 2026 as a whole. So let's get in with the video, and I hope you guys enjoy. Drop a like. Right, so before we get into the other bits, you will see the patch on for the patch notes on the screen there, and what you'll be able to see, because I'm actually in game at the moment, I'm going to be reading it from here. So it's minor versions for servers on the Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, and Windows, and they applied a temporary mitigation for an exploit. And this disables emote / exit on the multi-use will while in feline form. In the meantime, please use the feline form skill to exit. We appreciate your patience while we work on a permanent fix. And Dolly said, hi guys, sorry for the inconvenience with the will, but the exploit was pretty nasty and we needed a quick fix ASAP. Also, happy belated New Year. So that's Dolly doing that on the Sunday. So clearly that issue and that exploit needed a fix because that sounded like she said it was pretty nasty. And if they're doing that on a Sunday, then obviously that is definitely an emergency call up from some of the team to get working and fixing on that. So if you guys know more information on that, let me know. Let me know what's been going on. I had absolutely no idea. But that is now being fixed. But now it means a bigger call out to the rest of the community on some of the biggest issues since the Lost Colony patch, because as I mentioned earlier, it's also affected a certain map and it's a very popular one. Okay, so we're actually going to be hopping onto Lost Colony, and what I wanted to do beforehand is, if you guys are interested and you're confused about how to join our free LoadedCrysis servers, we recommend you come and join our Discord, which is the link down below. And then I just basically thought while we're joining, I thought I'd show you guys as well, flying around and seeing some of the incredible talent on our cluster. We have some insane builds already on our cluster. So basically, join the Discord, completely free. Once you join the Discord, you can then come over to unofficial when you're enjoying game. Go to the search bar, make sure that show player servers is unticked. That box must be unticked to be able to find the servers. Once that's done, you then want to go to, just type in loaded, I usually do it as LoadedCrysis, all one word. Click search, and if you make sure that all of the settings are the same, it takes a little bit of time because it is the world of Ark. And as you can see, the full list of servers will open up straight away. It's been pretty busy over the Christmas break, and it's still pretty busy right now. It tends to get a little bit busier than this over the next, over the last couple of days. You choose what server you want. We've got Club Ark, we've got PvP, PvE, everything you want, literally every server so far. So if you want to come along and join the fun, then you can do so. So we're going to be jumping over to Lost Colony. It's ×5, by the way, on Lost Colony if you want to join in. It is time. There is about to be a dino wipe going on because, as you can see, ping seems to be a little higher on the island. We're about to talk about ping on Lost Colony. This is a different issue, an overspawning issue, which is soon to be fixed. But obviously we tend to have fairly what's the word? We tend to have at the moment we've had to have more dino wipes than usual because generally there's just such an overspawning issue going on with the game. So once you pick whatever server you want to start on, you then can click join. It will come up with the mods we have, and we currently have automated Ark, custom dino levels, the LoadedCrysis community mod, the TG stacking mod, the Asterisk mythological creatures, Super Spyglass plus, S Dino variant, utilities plus, EOS Helper, Asterius, Helena, and Acrocanthosaurus, and Moro's Duo. Moro's Duo isn't on PvP. Acrocanthosaurus will be leaving the cluster due to a vote recently, and in some point in 2026 we will be, because it will be coming to the game officially at some point anyway, so that's when it will return and it'll have some new changes. Then you click join and you're ready to get going. I mean, I had to start off, before we talk about some of the issues, I had to start off with this amazing base. This one over here is by my good friend Vika, and this one over here is by, if I'm correct, V. So shout out to you, V. I saw the actual image of your amazing castle on Lost Colony, and I'm telling you, some of the builds on in this cluster is mind-blowing. Like, generally, so much creativity, so much, like, amazing, like, there's so many bases everywhere, and that's what I like about it. But anyway, so let's talk Lost Colony issues. So number one, overspawn issue. It is a big problem on Lost Colony, and it got patched slightly. I think it was the Christmas Day patch, and that sort of tried to help out with the baryonyx and spino spawns and stuff. But my good friend Vika, as well, I have to mention, did let me know that he killed over 300 Troodons in one space. Absolutely broken, absolutely messed up, and this is what's happening as a major performance problem here on Lost Colony. The overspawning issue is a huge problem, and it's something that, again, I mean, look, that's kind of something that, you know, we face on a daily basis with Lost Colony. Like, people really like the map, people enjoy playing it, it's fun, but the problem is we have issues with a little bit of lag. That's always been the world of Ark, but due to these overspawning issues, it's causing so much more. Now, also, since this patch as well, I mean, what I tend to find is actually running around and playing the game normally outside of admin mode isn't actually bad. Like, this kind of thing, like, you will still get pinged back sometimes, but we tend to find that it's fine. But for me, doing admin work recently and being in creative mode, it's been really bad since the Lost Colony patch. But anyway, so not just Lost Colony, but Astraeus. Astraeus seems to have been really badly affected since the Lost Colony patch. We don't really know the reason behind this. We think it's because of how big the map is and the toll that the Lost Colony patch has taken on the Astraeus update has really caused it some major issues. And by the way, if you're wondering how I can see things a little bit better, this is the LoadedCrysis mod, which has YouTube, shops, merch and stuff, and we can basically reset the boost here, and it will reset the boost to what it was like before you spawn in. So as you can see, you'll get, you know, the kind of main beauty of the map back. But if you want to, like, give yourself a little bit of a boost and you want to see a little bit more, I always recommend using that setting because you will always get better performance. That's why we have it as a setting there. So yeah, Astraeus is really struggling. It's having its issues, and to be honest, right now, all I can recommend to anyone out there, if you're running a server, is you must keep up those wild dino wipes. One of the biggest things we've found right now is, as much as we don't really want to be able to, we don't want to be doing them so often to the point that people may lose a creature they're working towards. We'll always give a heads up. But at the moment, that, due to the overspawn, that is what is causing the major problems. And while we wait for Wildcard's patch, which, you know, I'm expecting a huge amount of patch notes to launch over the next week to two throughout January. Like I said in my what's coming to Ark in 2026 video, January is the month of patch. You know, it always is. After a DLC, Wildcard come back from their holidays and they're straight on the grind with the patches, and they've even been doing them obviously over the holiday break as well. So It's pretty cool. And I'm just having a little laugh at the community there. Hey, can anyone give me a free start? I can give you 1 thatch as a starter. That's how kind, how giving though. Overall, everyone in the community is only a little bit of a joke. Everyone helps people out. It's so loving over here and stuff. Always a good bit of banter, always a good bit of a laugh. But yeah, people always help you out with a bit of a starter, and that's what I love. But oh yeah, Lost Colony. It's a great map. It's fun. It's unique. There's still been stuff people are working out. I saw Syntac the other day working out how to use the generator. I mean, it's bringing it's brought a whole new element to the game, and you know, I truly like that part of Lost Colony. But again, it comes down to Wildcard always having to sort of release fixes, because unfortunately these DLCs, they can never be stable enough, and that is kind of where we are with Ark. So yeah, that's what it is right now. Overspawning there, and obviously the problem with Astraeos being such a large file, it's always taking up so much RAM, and the you know, the allocation of how much it really does take up that's why sometimes your server or a server on official can crash, because it just exceeds the RAM limit. And when it exceeds the RAM limit with so much going on, because so much is being added into Ark, it's, you know, this is the problem. This is why you crash. So that's why over here on the cluster, when there's issues, we always will be around to support. We've got a ticket system, which you guys making making a Discord account, join in. You can make a ticket using the ticket support system. And if you do have an issue, like I've seen many people are saying on official, where you crash, lose your character, then you have an admin team there that are going to look after you, and that are going to help support you with many different things. And that's kind of what I love about doing what we do over there. So I know there is now a lost character wildcard have released for anyone that is losing a character at the moment or has been going through that. There is a new form you can fill out. I don't know how long that form's going to take. If you're someone that's experienced it, you can let me know. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're waiting for right now. We're waiting for a fix to overspawns. We're waiting for a fix to the Astraeos map, because I've seen even in the ASA Discord, people are crashing like 9 to 10 times per day. So yeah, and it mainly seems Ragnarok personally has been probably having its best performance since the patch goes live. So it's not like it's an every server, every map basis. It tends to just be right now Lost Colony and Astraeos. But I'll leave you guys now to let me know in the comment section down below what you've been experiencing. You know, obviously I'm getting the odd on Lost Colony. I still do get this odd kind of like drop of frame. And you know, when I've got a when I've got like a top of the range PC, I don't really think I should expect that. But when you watch anyone playing Ark and testing Ark, and it's always like this. Anyway guys, wow, that just hit me out of nowhere. Thank you very much for watching. I'll keep you guys up to date when the patches do go live. I just wanted to give you a heads up for anyone that was worried and confused why Astraeos and Lost Colony are experiencing these issues. And hopefully over the rest of this upcoming week, things can smooth out. Also, good luck to anyone who is heading back to work this week after maybe a Christmas break. I know some of you have been back already. I know it's always a challenging time when you head back on January, and I really hope and wish all of you guys the best who are heading back. And the LoadedCrysis cluster is always welcome and a home to anyone that has a long day and just wants to hop on and play some Ark. Anyway, let's end it on that beauty above. Thank you for watching, guys. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll be back when the patch goes live.